Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. So this is a webinar on cloud computing. So we'll try to see what is cloud computing and what was there before cloud computing in a simple and easy way. Okay. So before I start this session, let me just clear some points here. See, there is a chat box here. I'm sending one hello message there. So whenever there is a question, whenever there is a doubt, please try to use the chat box and send a message in the chat box. I'll just come to your question whenever I get a time. Okay, the earliest I'll get to your question. Okay, so in this way we can keep our session much more organized actually. Done. Now, one more thing, this session is actually recorded, so you can find this session on YouTube. There is a DURGASOFT channel on YouTube, so you can get the session there also. Okay, fine. So let us start our session. Let us see what is cloud computing here. But like I said, before we see cloud computing, there is something we need to see. There is some history we need to see. See, cloud computing is the terminology we are using for some years now. But computer networks we are using for many decades. Computer network is not a new terminology or new technology, right? We are using computer networks for last 40, 50 years. So before we see what is cloud computing, we need to go back to some history. We need to see how the computer network started and what are the other options available to manage and to organize and to make a computer network. Okay. In computer network, friends, one of the most important part in a computer network is a server. Whenever we use internet or whenever we work in a company, we are connected to some server. Right now, there is a Zoom session going on here. Okay, so we all are connected to the Zoom server actually, right? Whenever you access internet, you are connected to some server. Maybe you're accessing Facebook, you're connected to Facebook server. You're accessing your Gmail account, you're connected to Gmail server. Okay, you're paying some money through any app, you're connected to that particular server. You're playing a game, you're connected to that particular server. Okay, you're sending a message over the WhatsApp, so you're connected to the WhatsApp server. So whenever you connect yourself to the internet by using a mobile phone or by using a computer or a laptop, you're connected to one server. So where is that server, how it looks, how it functions, how it works, all these things we need to understand today. So before we see the cloud computing concept, like I said, this server concept we need to understand very, very carefully. Okay, so there is a very simple definition I have written here. What it says: server is a computer, there is a hardware or a software that provides services to the users over a network. Or this is a very simple definition. Let us see more details actually. When I say computer, what is a computer, right? Your laptop is a computer, or maybe someone is using a desktop machine, that is a computer. So server is like your laptop and a desktop machine. What is a laptop and what is a desktop? Laptop and desktop contains some components, like there is a motherboard, there is a processor, okay, there is a hard disk, there is a RAM, there is a NIC card. So these are very common components we have in a computer as well as in a laptop. So in a server machine also we have the same components. There is a motherboard, there is a hard disk, there is a CPU, there is a RAM, there is a NIC card. These are the 5 major components we have in a server. Okay. Now, like our laptop or a desktop, these are the hardware machines. Can we use a hardware machine without an operating system? That's not possible, right? Which operating system we are using in our laptop or desktop? Maybe Windows 8 or Windows 10 or maybe Windows 11. 95% cases we will go with this operating systems, right? Majorly we are using Windows 10 nowadays actually. Okay, so in server hardware also there is a operating system. In server hardware also there is a operating system. So there is a separate operating system designed for server. It is called server operating system. Okay, I repeat, server is a device as well as a operating system. When I say server is a device, I'm talking about the hardware, the motherboard, the processor, the RAM, the CPU and the NIC card and all those things. That is your server hardware. And when I say server operating system, I'm majorly talking about Windows server operating system and Unix or Linux server operating systems. So these are the 2 types of servers we need to understand. See clearly, hardware as well as your software. So just take a pause and just imagine you're using your computer and that computer has some hardware and of course it has the operating system. Both are needed. See, for example, in your computer, if the hard disk is not working, can you use your computer? Answer is no. Suppose in your computer, the motherboard is not working. Can we use our computer? Answer is no. So there are certain components that must be running. Then only we can use that computer. In the same way, in server also there are certain components which must be running. Then only we can use the server hardware. But going back to the computer, if there is no operating system available, or if the operating system is not working properly, can we use that machine? That's not possible. So here also same. In server also, if the operating system is not working, then we cannot use the server. So combination of hardware and combination of your software is a machine. We have taken some hardware and in that hardware we have installed the operating system. So overall it is a machine. That can be a laptop, that can be a desktop, that can be a server, or even that can be a mobile phone. Mobile phone is also hardware. But can we run a mobile phone without using the operating system in it? Maybe it is Android or maybe it is iOS, whatever. We need a operating system there. I hope the concept is clear. Now let us move to the next point. But again, before I move, like I said, you friends, the chat box is always open. I got a message here from Krishna. Yes, good morning, Krishna. So whenever you have any doubt, whenever you have any question, please try to send a message in the chat box. It will be very easy for me to come to your question. Okay. Now, what is the use of laptop or a desktop actually? What you do on your laptop or a desktop, you just go to your laptop or a desktop, you make a document there, or maybe you access the internet. Over the internet you are accessing your email, you're accessing a web server, okay, or you're watching any football or cricket match, okay, you can send and receive email. These are the things you do on your laptop, right, or maybe a desktop. So the operating system that is running on your laptop or a desktop is designed to run these applications. We can use a browser there, we can use a MS Office document there, or we can use some media player and we can access any audio or a video file. These are the things we can do on our Windows 8, 10 or Windows 11 operating system. Generally, we call it as client operating system. Now coming to the server operating system, what is the work of a server operating system? Now listen carefully, friends. Server operating system is designed to run some services. It's a very, very important statement what I'm making here now. I repeat again, server operating system is the operating system that is designed to run some applications. So what are these applications? I can give many examples, but let us see some general examples. Whenever you access your email, let us say gmail.com or yahoomail.com or hotmail.com, whatever. Where exactly is it Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail is running? It is running on a server. So from our computer, we are connected to the Gmail server. From our computer, we are connected to the Hotmail server. Okay. Or suppose you are accessing a website like say flipkart.com or maybe say amazon.com. You want to do some shopping there. So if you want to connect to this amazon.com or flipkart.com, what you have to do, you have to take a computer or a laptop or even a mobile phone, and you are connected to that particular website. So how many web pages we connect every time? How many websites we connect every time? So whenever we access internet, we are connected to some web page, or whenever we access internet, we are connected to some mailbox, or maybe some social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Or maybe we are playing some games. Okay. Or maybe we are checking some banking transactions, or we are, sending some money or receiving some money, whatever. So these are known as applications. Applications can be a web application, a mail application, file application, game application, banking application, social media applications, and there are many more applications. So literally, friends, whenever you connect yourself to the internet, you are connected to some website or you are connected to some application that is running over the internet. Now, the big question here is, where exactly is that application running? Now that application is running on a server. Let us see one example here. See, I'm connected to google.com here. So where is the google.com running? This google.com is running on a server. This server is there in the google.com company. See here, there is a email server here. I've just connected myself to my Yahoo Mail account. So once I connect myself to the Yahoo Mail account, that means I'm connected to Yahoo Mail server. Okay, so this is your Zoom. By using the Zoom application, we are able to conduct this session. So where is the Zoom application running? It is running somewhere on a server. So now when I say this Zoom application is running on a server, that means I am saying there is a hardware, and on top of this hardware, there is an operating system. And on top of this operating system, this Zoom application is running. When I say yahoomail.com, what I'm trying to say here, like say, okay, I'll go to this amazon.com. So once I connect myself to this amazon.com, you can see www.amazon.com. So where is this amazon.com running actually? This amazon.com is running on a physical server. That physical server has an operating system. It can be Windows or Linux. And on top of this Windows or Linux operating system, this amazon.com web server is running. So this is the whole story of our internet. Physical server, server operating system, and the operating system that is running on that particular server operating system. Physical server, operating system, and the application. These are the three steps, or these are the three stages of our mission. Got it? I repeat again. Physical server is our computer, like our computer or a laptop. But the difference in a computer and a server physical is computer hardware is limited, whereas server hardware is actually, in a way, I can say unlimited also. It's huge. For example, when you take your laptop, how much GB RAM you have in your laptop? Maybe someone is using 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, or let's say 32 GB. 16 GB and 8 GB is very common, right? But you can go up to like 32 or 64 GB in a laptop or a desktop. But in a server, you can get some hundreds of GB. Let's say hard disk. How much hard disk you're using in your computer or laptop? Maybe someone is using 500 GB or 1 TB or 2 TB. But in server, you can get 100 TB or 1000 TB or maybe 10,000 TB or maybe 20,000 TB. So say the hardware is more. In server, the hardware is more. Done. We have taken this server. And on top of the server, what we have done, we have installed this server operating system. And there we are hosting this application, whether it is amazon.com or whether it is Zoom, or whether it is email, that is your Yahoo Mail, or whether it is your Google servers and all those things. So this is the way the whole internet is working. I hope this server is clear. This is, like I said, is a very, very important point we need to understand the cloud technology. Server is one of the most important part of our computer network, whether it is your company's network, whether it is your internet, wherever. Server is the most important part of our computer network. Now let us move. So this is a very basic example. Actually, I have taken a motherboard just to show you more clearly. What is there in this motherboard? Can you see there are two motherboards here? On the left side of your screen, there is a motherboard which has only one CPU. How many CPUs are there? There is only one CPU. On right side of your screen, there is a motherboard where there are two CPUs. Sorry, there are totally four CPUs. The the yellow color one, what you see there is actually your CPU, the processor. Normally we say i3 processor, i4 processor, i5 processor, whatever. i3, i5, i7, whatever processors we say, these are the processors we have. So in a computer or a laptop, maximum we will get only one CPU. Maximum how many CPUs we will get? One. It can be i3, i5 or i7. But in a server computer, it can be one CPU or it can be more than one CPU. So I have written clearly here, the major difference between computer hardware and a server hardware is the capacity and the speed of the components. Your server processor is much more faster than your computer processor. Your server hard disk capacity is much more higher than your computer capacity. Got it? These are the two motherboards I have taken. Left side is your computer motherboard. Right side is your server motherboard. You can see differences clearly. Done. And this is the server actually. This is your actual server. It may be looking like your desktop machine, right? Of course, it will look like your desktop machine only. Not exactly like that, but overall it looks like this. So this is your actual server that people use in companies. The size of the server can be much more bigger or maybe a bit lesser also. But overall, this is the server, and this server is from IBM company. Okay. So this is one of the server that we use in companies. You can see in the backside, you can see some NIC cards there, and you can see some USB ports. So overall, I hope you are getting the feeling of a desktop machine, right? It is looking something like a desktop, but internally, like I said, there are many differences, especially the hardware wise. There are many differences, and of course, operating system also there are many differences. Okay. Now, let us move. Now, this is the best way of understanding a machine. User, that is you and me. We are connected to some application or services. There is a difference between application and service that we can see hopefully after some classes actually. But as of now, user is connected to application. Like I said, Zoom is an application. Google.com is a web application. You're sending money using like Phone Pay or Google Pay or Paytm, whatever, by using your mobile phone. That means you are connected to that particular application. You're sending a message using WhatsApp or any other option. So you are connected to that particular application. You are playing a game. So that means you are connected to that application. Okay, I got a question here. Amazon, is it a service? Okay, that is a good question, Prakash, but I'll come to that question within like 15-20 minutes. Before we see what is Amazon and what is a service, we need to see some more topics actually. So then I can come to your question. Okay, so I'll remember your question. The question here is, what is Amazon? Is it a service or what? So I'll come to it. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. So user is connected to application. So I have mentioned many applications, the applications which we use regularly in our daily life. Now, where are these applications running? Like I said, these applications are running on your server operating system. And you can see clearly, I have written two server operating systems here. One is Windows, that is Microsoft Windows Server Operating System. Another one is Linux Server Operating System. I can say around 95% cases, that is a huge number, right? 95 means. So around 95% cases, the operating system that is used over the internet or the operating system that is used within the company is either a Windows Server operating system or Linux operating system. Okay, it is either Windows or Linux. And by the way, I have experience on both Windows as well as Linux operating system. So we will come to this Windows Server operating system and Linux operating system after some time, actually, after some classes in it. Okay, but anyhow, there is a server OS. But again, where is this server OS running here? The server operating system is running on a hardware actually. Without CPU, RAM, hard disk, NSC card, and of course motherboard, a operating system cannot work. So this is the whole setup. Whenever we use internet, whenever we are connected to internet, or whenever we are connected to any server within our company also, in case if you're working in a company, you're the user, you are connected to some XYZ application. That XYZ application is running on a operating system, and that operating system is running on a server machine. Now I'll take a break for 30 seconds. Just try to analyze these 4 steps and just try to get the clear picture here. In case if you have any doubt, we will see it. Then we can move to the next part of our webinar. But this is the most important part we need to understand in our cloud computing demo session. User, that is you and me. Application, that we are connected to some XYZ application. We have taken many examples. Let me repeat. WhatsApp is the application, Zoom is the application, mail is the application. Okay, Facebook, we are using application as well as website. So there are many applications. See, literally whenever you connect to the internet, you are connected to some application or a service. That's it. And those applications are running on server operating system, and that server operating system is there on our server hardware. So this is the whole story. Now let us try to add something here. Okay, server hardware, like our computer hardware. Like, when we go and purchase a laptop or a desktop machine, what we do, we pay some money and we take that machine, right? Like you need 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM. If you are using 4 GB RAM, let us say you're paying 2,000 rupees. But suppose in case if you're using 16 GB RAM, then maybe you're spending 6,500 rupees. If you take more hardware, we need to spend more money, right? This is very clear, right? If you want to take 1 TB hard disk, let us say you are spending 4,000 rupees. But if you want to take like 2 TB hard disk, maybe you're spending 7,500 rupees. Got it? So in our server also, there is a hardware. There is RAM, CPU, computer, and all. RAM, CPU, motherboard, hard disk, and all those things, right? You know how much a server will cost you, or how much a server can cost a company? For example, you have taken a machine recently, for example, maybe you have spent around like say 40, 50,000 Indian rupees, right? I repeat, when you take a computer or a laptop, you have already spent around 30, 40, or maybe like 50, or maybe like more than 50,000 rupees. That depends on the configuration. That much money we have to spend on one laptop or maybe on one desktop. Okay, now coming to server. Server hardware is much more higher than a computer and a laptop, right? You know how much a company have to spend on a server? Maybe 2,500, or it can go up to like 4,000, or it can go more than 4,000. What is this 4,000? This 4,000 is actually your dollars. I'm not talking about rupees, right? 4,000 rupees, you're not getting even a laptop or a desktop. That's not possible, right? So if you want to take a server, or if company have to take a server in their setup, so without server, they cannot manage network for sure. Server is the most important part of our computer network. So how much money they are spending there? 2,500 up to like 4,000. I'm just saying 4,000 as a, average money. It can be like $10,000 for a single server also. So see how much money they are spending now? $4,000. $4,000 is some money, right? Let us see how much is $4,000. $4,000 multiplied by how much is the dollar rate? I think 75 rupees. So this is 3 lakh Indian rupees. That is some money, right? A company will spend around 3 lakh, or maybe like 2 lakhs, or maybe like 5 lakh Indian rupees on one physical server. There is only hardware. Okay, let us do some calculation now. Let us say company needs 100 servers. Now, when I say 100 server, I'm not talking about a big company, friends. 100 server means 100 server means it is like, you know, a small to like a bit medium level company. Yeah, mild level company. Okay, average. It's not a big company. Big company can have like some hundreds and thousands of servers. So I have taken the example only of 100 server, that is like a bit bigger than a small company. So now 100 servers multiply by, let's say, $4,000. You know how much money it will be, right? So we are just increasing our cost here. Let us see, 4,000 multiplied by 100. That is $400,000. That is some money. $400,000. And how much is $400,000 multiplied by 75? That is your Indian currency. Now, friends, now see the amount a company have to spend to take 100 servers. Now, till now, whatever we have discussed only about the server hardware. A company have to spend this much money to purchase 100 physical servers. And whatever company it may be, this money is quite a money, right? You know, this is the first investment they have to do before the business started, before the website is up, before the application started running. They have to bring the server hardware. So if you take example of a small or a medium level company which has like 100 servers, so they have to spend this much money. That is huge money. Then what to do? They have to spend money on server operating system. Okay, some may say like Linux server operating system is free. See, nothing is free over the internet, friends. Nothing is free actually. For some time, maybe Windows Server operating system is also free. Up to 6 months, we can use Windows Server operating system for free. But after 6 months, we have to pay. We have to take the license agreement. We have to pay the money. And coming to Linux operating system, okay, it is more free compared to Windows. But you know, if you have to take support, then again, we have to pay money for our Linux operating system also. So whether it is Windows Server operating system or whether it is Linux Server operating system, we have to pay money and we have to use. Everything is not free. Got it? So how much money they are spending on this Windows Server operating system or Linux Server operating system? Let us say $100,000. That is again some money, right? So company has already spent around $500,000. Company has already spent some crores of money. See, this is some XYZ company. This company is starting their business. So before they start the business, they need to bring servers so that they can run their business on their servers. They can run their applications on their servers. Can we see any XYZ company which is not connected over the internet? Of course, no, everything is over the internet, right? So company have to spend this much money. That is some money. So please remember this point carefully. Server hardware and server operating system, a company have to pay a lot of money to bring these devices and to take the server operating system. Then only they can use it. And if you increase the number of servers here, let us say from 100, I just say like say 300. Then obviously the price will increase. The overall cost will increase. So companies will spend a lot of money in bringing the servers and taking the operating systems. This is a very old way of working. This is the very old way of making our data center. This is a very old way of making our computer network. Now, this is not the only money we are spending actually. You know, when you make a computer network, obviously we take servers, but only servers are not sufficient, friends. We need something called routers. We need something called switches. We need something called firewalls. What is router? What is switch? What is firewall? We will see this in coming classes. Okay, I have experience on routers, switches, as well as firewalls actually. So I'll just try to take as much as possible from these three topics. Okay, and then we need to take some ACs and we need to take some big space and all these things we need to consider. So then we can make a computer network. So besides server, company have to spend money on routers, switches, and firewalls. Server is obviously the main part, but server cannot work. See, you cannot connect to the Zoom server or you cannot connect to the WhatsApp server or Facebook server without passing from a firewall or a switch or a router. Whenever you are connected to internet, Whenever you're connected to internet, maybe you're crossing 10 routers or maybe you're crossing 200 routers. I'll show how many routers you will cross in coming sessions, but as of now, you're crossing many routers, many switches, and many firewalls. So company have to spend money on servers as well as on routers, switches, and firewalls. So this is the way the other devices will look. There are some devices here. Okay, one is a router actually. What you see here is a router. This is actually a firewall, and the bottom one is your switch. And what you see on your right side screen is actually storage, and the top left is actually a rack. Rack is a machine. It's not a machine, it's something like a frame where we connect all the devices. We connect routers, switches, servers, firewalls, all these devices we will connect inside a rack. So again, company have to spend a lot of money on these machines, server, routers, switches. So there are many companies like Cisco, Juniper, Huawei. There are many companies which offers you the routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. So company not only have to spend money on the server hardware, they have to spend money on the server operating system also, as well as they have to spend money on our other devices like routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. Now you can imagine making a computer network is not so easy. Making a computer network will cost a company a lot of money. Let me just take you to one very simple setup actually. Server room or server rack. Yeah, this is. Now this is some server room somewhere in some XYZ company. Now see here friends, 1 rack, 2 rack, 3 rack, 4 rack. There are totally 4 racks here. And what you say, this is server, all these are servers. Okay, there are some other devices here, maybe routers, maybe switches, maybe firewalls. So you can see this is some company which has a server room, and in that server room they have connected all the devices. So this is what a computer server room will look like, or a server room will look like. This is not a big one actually. This is like, I can say again, a medium level. Not even 100 servers are here actually. There are around like 15-20 servers, and we have some other devices. Now just imagine a server room with 100 servers. It will be quite big, right? There will be many servers and many routers. There can be hundreds of switches actually. There can be many switches, there can be many routers, and all these things will be there in a server room. So this server room will cost a company some thousands and thousands of dollars. It is not easy to build a server room. Now, after building a server room by spending thousands of dollars, they will install the operating system there. Okay, they will install the applications and they will run their business. Now, maybe the business can go well, it can go up, or maybe the business can go down. No one can say like my business will run successfully, right? It depends on the product, it depends on the services. There are many things come into the picture. So if the business is going up, that is well and good. But what if the business is going down? Now let us say your company need only 30 servers now. 100 servers are not needed because the business is not that much. You need only 30 servers. So what about remaining 70 servers? You have already spent a lot of money on those servers, right? We need to keep those servers in our server room. They're not working, they're simply there. Now, this is one of the most important, or one of the very common problem we are facing for many decades. Whenever we have a server room, whenever we use a computer network, we need to build a server room like this, and the network will cost a lot of money to the company. And if the business is running successfully, then everything is good. But if the business is not running, then there is a lot of loss. So what is the solution for this? Let us see the solution. I hope you understood, friends. Users, applications, server operating system, server hardware, and these are some of the other devices. Now, this is how a computer network will look. You can see clearly there is internet. Internet is coming into your network. So internet will come through this firewall. Firewall will protect our network actually. So from firewall, it is connected to a router. Router is a different machine actually. The router that you have in your home, There is a Wi-Fi router, there is a different one, and in companies we go with a different router. Anyhow, this is a router, and then we have a switch here. And of course, we will have many switches in a company. And to this switch, printer is connected, a desktop is connected, a laptop is connected. And here you can see in the bottom, a server is also connected. This is the way a computer network will look. And company has already spent some thousands of dollars on this particular computer network. Now, one thing, you cannot see a computer network where there is only one server. I can say with 100% guarantee, there is no computer network working anywhere which has only one server running in it. That's literally not possible. You need many servers actually. You need many servers. Let me just write some common servers here. Server work is to host services, right? So the services can be web service, mail service, file service, database service. There is something called DNS server. There is something called DHCP server. There is something called ADDS server, etc. So there are many different types of services running inside a server. So one server, one service. This is what we use in companies. This is the concept we use. One server, one service. Means you have taken one physical server, and that physical server we install a web service. That's it, job done. Now to install a mail server, we need to go with a different server now, different physical box. To install a file server, we have to go with a different physical box. So like this, we are simply increasing the number of servers. So when I said there are totally 100 servers, I'm talking about these services actually. Every server is hosting a particular service. And for every service, there will be a backup server. For example, there is a web server in a company, and for some reason, the web server is down. Can we access the web server over the internet? Of course, no. Like for example, Zoom meeting is running here. What if the Zoom meeting is suddenly down? How many people are using Zoom meeting as of now? All over the globe. Maybe I can say like some lakhs of people are connected to the Zoom meeting, right? So what if the Zoom server is down? You know what they have? They have many backup servers. So maybe in last 30 minutes, when we started our session, maybe in last 30 minutes, the Zoom server is already down somewhere. But still we are connected here, right? Because there are many more backup servers we have. So for that backup server, again, we have to take a physical server, install the operating system, then again install Zoom. So like this, the computer network will work. Got it? So one server, one service is not at all. One server, one service is the option we have in companies. Okay, we are not installing multiple services in one server. That will put a lot of burden on the server, and the server can go down easily. So in this diagram, there is only one server available, but I can say there will be some tens and hundreds and thousands of servers available in a company. It depends on the size of the company. Now, take a deep breath, friend. Just take 30 seconds. Just try to analyze what we have discussed in last, 30 or 35 minutes. We are discussing majorly some problems we have actually. We have discussed how the computer networks are working for many decades and what problems we have. Now we will see what solution we have for these problems. Okay, so just take 30 seconds here. Just try to understand everything. If you have any doubt, please send me a message in the chat box. Then we can go to the solutions. Please be here for another 30 minutes. Hopefully this session will be very useful for you. Okay, so now let us see the solution here. We have to take many servers. We have to spend a lot of money. So what is the solution for this? Now the solution for this here is there is something called virtualization. Maybe you know the terminology VMware. It is a company actually. It's not a terminology. So VMware, you know, but actual technology is called virtualization. Virtualization is one of the best technologies we have over a network. This is one of the most successful technology. Virtualization. What is virtualization means? What is virtual means? I'll give one basic example. See, we have physical and we have virtual. What is physical? Physical is that we can touch. See, right now, maybe you're attending this demonstration using a mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop. There is a physical machine, right? What is virtual machine? That I'll explain you. But before we see virtual machine, the example here is Now, for example, I can go to my computer here. In my computer, I have many files here. Let's say CCNA routing and switching question and answer. There is some file here. Now, normally we call it as a soft copy, right? What is the meaning of soft copy? Soft copy means a file which is available in your machine. Any XYZ file which presents in your machine. Okay. Now, if I take the printout of this particular file, then it will become a hard copy. What is hard copy? Hard copy means whatever is there in this CCNA routing and switching question and answers, whatever content is there here, I can see everything on a paper. See, all these things will be written on a paper. So then it is called hard copy. Hard copy, we can see, we can touch, we can do everything with the hard copy, right? But what we can do with the soft copy? Soft copy is only to have in a machine. Now, soft copy is something like a virtual. Hard copy is something like your physical. Got it? Hard copy is your physical. Soft copy is something like a file. So what is virtualization? See, I have taken some definitions from different companies. You know this IBM company very well. You know this Microsoft company very well. Very well in the sense, you heard these names, right? You know this Red Hat Linux, again a very, very famous company. And in the same way, there is a company called VMware. This is also a very famous company across the globe. So I have taken some definitions from these different companies. From their official documents, I have taken this definition. So definitions are there. You can check these definitions later. But let us see what is virtualization in a general way. So the definitions will be easy for us to understand. Now, I'll take a MS Paint here. Try to understand this virtualization concept very well, friends. See, we will see virtualization in more details in coming classes. Actually, to understand cloud computing, you must understand the virtualization concept very well. And by the way, I have like 4 to 5 years of experience on virtualization also. So I'll just try to put everything in the simplest way possible. But that will be in more details in coming classes. As of now, let us see a very, 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 simple example of virtualization. Let us see, this is my hardware. And what we have in our hardware, obviously we have the major components are RAM, hard disk, CPU, NIC, etc. etc. means motherboard and all those things will be there, right? So these are the 4 major components we have in our hardware. Fine. Now one question. I hope I'll get an answer for this question. In this hardware, can you please tell me how many operating systems we can install here? I repeat, in this hardware, how many operating systems we can install? I got an answer here. Amit, we can install only one operating system. That operating system can be Windows Server operating system, or it can be Linux operating system, or whatever. So we can install how many? Yes, I'm getting answers. Thank you. So we can install only one operating system. Now, on top of this operating system, how many services? Okay, I got an answer from Varun. He says 2 actually. Okay, technically speaking, Varun, in a single server, in a single machine, we can install actually 4 operating systems. How many? We can install 4. But you know how many you can use? We can use only one at a time. We can install 4, but we can use only one at a time. Got it? So that is the reason I said one operating system we can run actually. Okay, we can install 4 operating systems, but we can run only one operating system. And top of this operating system, what we are using here, or what we are installing some applications. Applications or services, whatever you say. There is a difference. We'll see this difference later, but we are installing applications or services. So how many applications or services we need to install? Remember, I wrote here one server, one service. That's it. Any one service we need to install here. If you install email server here, it is only for email. That's it. We should not install DNS or DHCP or any other service. Okay, so this is the way a physical server will work. isn't it? This is the way a physical server will work. So we have to install one operating system, or we can run one operating system and we can install one service there. Now, this is your old traditional network. But what is there in our virtualization? Let us see what is virtualization. In virtualization, friends, we have the first layer here. That is obviously your hardware layer. See, the session is going a bit longer. Actually, it will go a bit longer. Please bear with me for another 20 to 30 minutes. Hopefully, this will help you a lot in understanding the cloud concepts. Okay. So this is our hardware. As usual, we have RAM, hard disk, CPU, NIC, motherboard, all these things. Now there is a very interesting part here, and that interesting part here is called actually virtualization. We are not installing any operating system here, friends. We are installing something called Actually, technically, it is called hypervisor. We will see hypervisor again when we go with the virtualization in more details. But as of now, we have the virtualization concept there. What we have virtualization concept. So what virtualization concept will do? Virtualization is a technology that will allow us to install multiple operating system in a single physical machine. I repeat, virtualization is a technology that will allow us to install multiple operating system in a single machine. But remember, I told you here also we can install totally 4 operating systems. But out of 4 operating systems, how many operating systems we can use at the same time? That is a big question. We can use only one. We cannot use the remaining 3 operating systems, right? We can use only one operating system. But coming to this virtualization, you know what we can do here in virtualization? In virtualization, we can install, let us say, 300 operating systems. How many? 300 operating systems we can install in a single physical machine. And the advantage here is we can use all the 300 operating systems at the same time. Now, this is $1 billion point we need to remember and we need to understand what I'm saying here. In virtualization, we can install hundreds of operating system in a single physical machine, and we can use all the hundreds of operating system at the same time. But if you go with the old traditional network, how many we can install? How many operating systems we can install? We can install 4, but we can use only 1. More than 1, it is not possible. But here, hundreds of operating systems we can install, and we can use all the hundreds of operating system at the same time without any issue, without any error. So how that is possible? That is possible by creating multiple virtual machines. This is called virtual machine. This virtual machine also has some layers. This is your virtual machine. On top of this virtual machine, we have some OS, Windows or Linux. And top of this OS, we have a application running here. So like this, in this single physical machine, I can install multiple virtual machines, or I can create multiple virtual machines. Looks good. So what is the advantage here? Instead of spending money on 300 servers, instead of spending money on how many servers? 300 servers or 400 servers or whatever number of servers we have, we are spending money only on, let's say, 5 servers. Instead of spending money on, let us say, 100 physical servers. That is the example we have taken, right? So instead of spending money on 100 physical servers, now we have to take, let us say, only 4 physical servers. And in each physical server, how many virtual machines we can make? We can make hundreds. But let us say in each physical machine, I am making 25 virtual machines. So 4 multiplied by 25. So how many servers we have here now? We have over 100 servers, guys. This is your virtualization, friends. Instead of spending money on 100 physical server, or maybe let's say 1000 physical server, now we can spend money only on 4 physical servers. And in each server, we can make, let's say 250 virtual machines. So we got how many virtual machines now? 1000 virtual machines. So this will reduce your IT infrastructure cost. This will reduce your network cost. We are not spending money on this 100 server. We are spending money only on 4 server. Let us say 4 server multiply by, let us say each server will cost you $6,000. So how much it will be? $24,000, right? This is $400,000. This is only $24,000, not even 10% actual. So this concept is called virtualization. So the solution for your old traditional network is virtualization. What is the solution? It is virtualization. So let me read 1 or 2 definitions here. Let us go with this Red Hat definition. What it says, virtualization is a technology that lets you to create useful IT services using resources that are traditionally bound to hardware. That is what we have discussed till now. Now see, it allows you to use a physical machine's full capacity by distributing its capabilities among many users or environments. Okay, let us go with the Microsoft definition. I will read out the part that I have highlighted in the red color. It says this allows organization to partition a single physical computer or a server into several virtual machines. It is much more like clear now, right? So we can take one single physical machine and we can do many partitions in it. We can divide one physical machine into multiple virtual machines, and each virtual machine is independent to the other virtual machine. There will not be any problem in any machine. If there is a problem in this virtual machine, the problem is only here. It will not affect this machine or this machine. So like this, we can install 25 machines or we can install 250 virtual machines. Got it? So the old traditional network is this. We have to take 100 servers, but in virtualization, no need to take 100 physical servers. We have to take only 4 or 5 or 3 physical servers and we can run our network. So see how much money we are saving now. How much money is company saving? Virtualization is a very, very, very successful technology. I was connected. I'm still into this virtualization technology from like say 7 years, maybe 2016 means 6 to 7 years. It is one of the most important technologies we have over the computer network. But in this virtualization technology also, what we have to do? Where are these 4 physical servers available? They are available in our company, friends. We have to bring these 4 physical servers and we have to install a virtualization technology called hypervisor. Then we have to create virtual machines and install OS and install applications, then run the applications here. So these 4 machines also we have to manage. Instead of managing 100 physical machine, we are managing only 4 physical machines. That is looking good, right? That is looking actually great. But still the 4 physical machines we need to manage. Whenever there is a hardware problem, we have to upgrade or we have to troubleshoot. Whenever there is a problem with your operating system, we have to do something there. Okay, so this 4 physical machines still we need to manage and still we need to control. But coming to your old traditional network or comparing with your old traditional network, this virtual setup is much more useful for you. Okay, now I'll read the last definition I have copied here from IBM. It says virtualization is a process that allows for more efficient utilization of physical computer hardware. Okay, that is fine. And it is the foundation of cloud computing. This is a much bigger definition actually. It is the foundation of cloud computing. So see, the right side, the left side is your traditional architecture and the right side is your virtual architecture. So these are the virtualization providers. These are the companies that will offer you the virtualization services like VMware, Microsoft, Citrix, Oracle, Red Hat. I have highlighted Citrix in different color because there is a big reason why I have done like that. We'll see that again. But these are some of the big companies that will offer you the virtualization technology. Now, let us see the third part, the cloud computing, which is the present and of course it will be the future. So see here, server hardware. How many servers we have taken? Let us say 100 servers. But in virtualization, how many servers we have taken? Vinay, can I just complete my session, please? And I'll come to the content and all those things, please. I need some more time. Okay, so coming back to this server hardware, there are like 100 servers, and instead of 100 servers in virtualization, how many servers we have taken? We have taken only 4 servers. So that is quite some money, right? We are saving some money there. Instead of 100 servers in your server hardware, we are taking only 4 physical servers. But in cloud computing, friends, you know how many servers we have in our company now? We have totally 0 servers in cloud computing. There are no physical servers available in there is no need to take physical servers. This is much better actually. I repeat, there is no need to take 4 or 100 or 1000 or 2 or 3 or any number of physical servers in our company. So I can say one thing, that the management work, what we have to do in our computer networks, what administrators were doing for many decades, that is like, you know, it is gone. We are not taking any physical servers in our company. There is no need to take any physical servers in a company. But what we can do, we can go with this cloud computing concept. So what is this cloud computing concept? What it will do? Cloud computing means, this is what Amazon says. What it says, cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Now, instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technologies such as computing power, storage, database on as needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon. Now, this was the question I got before actually, like Amazon, what is this? Is it a service or what? Now, see, Amazon is a company, first of all. You know this very well. Maybe we have like, you know, done some purchasing on Amazon. We have done some shopping on Amazon website. Okay, so Amazon is a very famous company. So what Amazon company is providing us? Amazon is saying, listen, no need to go with this physical server. No need to go with 100 servers, or no need to go even with these 4 servers. Virtualization, no need to go with these 4 servers also. What you can do, you can come to us. We are providing huge infrastructure to you. We are providing huge network to you. We have many servers, we have many routers, switches, we have huge data center. Come to us, use our data center and run your servers. I repeat what it says. They says, come to us, use our data center and run your applications on our server. And how much you're running, that much you have to pay. No need to pay on day one. You can pay after like 1 week, or you can pay after like 1 month, or you can pay after like 6 months. This is cloud computing, friends. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is pay as you go pricing model. That means the data center is available at some other location. We are just connected to the Amazon data center or Microsoft data center or Google data center or Citrix data center or IBM data center, whatever company, you know, we can just connect to their data center and we can run our servers there. So we are running our virtual servers there also. This is your cloud computing. So whatever services we have, whatever servers we are running in our company, there is no need for us to take physical servers now. We can just go with these cloud providers. These cloud providers have huge data center. Let me show you AWS data centers or center. There is one in Hyderabad. It is coming up. But let us see some images. Now, friend, this is what Amazon data center will look like. This is from outside. What you see, this picture is from outside. And by the way, this is something like a football ground or maybe like bigger than a cricket ground. These are very huge. And if you have to go inside, from inside, it will look like this. Now, what you see here are the servers and all the devices. This is the Amazon data center. So what Amazon is asking us to do, they are saying, listen, no need to bring 100 servers or no need to bring 4 physical servers. You can simply take our servers and how much you need, you can use it. And whatever you are using, you can pay that much money. So when you go with this cloud computing concept, we are learning how to make our infrastructure over the cloud. how to build our infrastructure over the cloud, how to create, how to manage, how to maintain all these things. We need to learn in this particular course, cloud computing technology, cloud computing course. In this cloud computing, Amazon is one of the companies that will provide you the services. Microsoft is another company, Citrix is another company. There are many companies, but Amazon is the market leader. Nearly, I can say 50% companies all over the globe, they are using Amazon, because that Amazon provides much better services compared to other companies. So this is the market leader. So what Amazon says, come to our data center, use our data centers, and create your servers and manage your servers from our data center. And how much you use, that much you have to pay. That's it. And if you are somewhere from Hyderabad, then Amazon has already launched a data center in Hyderabad, so they are building on it. So very soon it will be up and ready for use. In India, there are 2 data centers. One is in Mumbai, another one is in Hyderabad. Microsoft also launched their data center recently, actually, maybe like 1 or 2 months before. So anyhow, these are the data centers we have. So we have to just pay money and we have to use. Microsoft, there is a definition from Microsoft. They also say the same thing. IBM, again, a very big company. Okay, let us see the definition of IBM again. Cloud computing transforms IT infrastructure into a utility. It lets you to plug into infrastructure via the internet and use computing resources. Computing resources means your servers and routers and switches and all those things. Computing resources without installing and maintaining them on premise. On premise means in your location. You're working in a XYZ company. The company is somewhere in Hyderabad. Other company is somewhere in Chennai. Let's say it is in Chennai. So what we can do, you're working for a Chennai company, but where is the Chennai company servers running? They are maybe running on a Dubai data center. They are maybe running in a Australia data center. They are maybe running on a USA data center, or maybe they are running in Mumbai data center. So in our location, in our company, the servers are not available. They are running at some other place. They are running on some other location. They are running on some other data center. So this is what we have to learn. Okay, you want to see the Microsoft definition? Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including server, storage, database, network, software, everything over the internet to offer fast innovation, blah, blah, blah. The same thing. They put in a different way. They use some different sentence and all those things, but the output is same. What is the output? They are saying, listen, come to us. We have huge data centers. Use our data centers, and how much you use, you can pay that much money. No need to maintain the data centers in your location. No need to upgrade your hardware in your locations. No need to install the operating system. No need to maintain the operating system. Nothing. You can simply use us. We will maintain your hardware. We will maintain your software. We will maintain all the data centers. We will upgrade everything according to the need. You just need to pay some money. Pay as you go model. This is the definition we use. It says yes, the 4th line, you typically pay only for the cloud services you use. For example, if you are using a service only for 3 hours, you are paying only for 3 hours. If you are using a service for like 3 months, then you are paying only for 3 months. It is something like our electricity. See, for example, in your home, there are like, say, there are 20 tube lights. There are 5 fans there. There are like a couple of ACs. There is a refrigerator. There is a washing machines. There is a mixer, and all these things are there, right? How much money you pay every month? It depends on your usage, right? The person who comes to you to give the electricity bill, the person who comes to you to pay the electricity bill, he will see how much you have consumed. According to that, he will charge you the money. If you consume like less, maybe the bill is 500 rupees. If you consume more, maybe the bill is like say 4,000 rupees. The person is not counting like how many lights you have or how many fans you have, how many refrigerators you have, right? It is how much you use, that much you have to pay. Cloud computing is something like this. Okay, there is a question here like any standard charges per hour. Like, of course, there are some charges, but see again, we will see all these charges and everything in our coming sessions. This is not the time to see the charges. According to topic, we need to see the charge. Okay, we are using this particular service over a cloud. Okay, this service will cost you this much money. Those things we have to see. So hourly charges will be there. In some other companies, per second charges will be there. There are some other options also. We can just take everything for 1 year, that is on a lease. So like this also we can use. That's it. Depends on how much resources we use. We need to pay that much money. This is what I got from Prakash, and exactly that is what we have to do. This is what cloud computing is all about. See, I repeat again, there is no physical infrastructure in our company. There is no need to maintain physical infrastructure. Everything is running over the cloud. Everything is running at some other location. And where is that other location? It can be Microsoft, it can be IBM, it can be Citrix, it can be Salesforce, or it can be some other company. See here, everything, server, storage, application, networking, database, everything is running at some other location. So we just need to pay how much we are using. Pay as you go model. If you're not using anything for next 20 days, you're not getting any charges. So this will help a company in growing their business. Actually, this will help their company in minimizing their expenditure. Like like I said, if there are 100 servers, if the business is not running, within some 30 seconds you can make a server down. Suppose suddenly you need 100 servers, 100 more servers. The old traditional way is we have to go to market, we have to bring servers, and it will take some days or at least a week. But here, if you have to make a server up, how much time it will take for you to take a tea or coffee? Let's say 2 minutes. Before you finish your tea or a coffee, in cloud computing, you can make your server up and ready. This is such a simple and this is such a faster and a beautiful cloud computing concept. So whatever we have in our setup, everything is available over the cloud. So in our sessions, we need to learn what is cloud computing again in more details. Okay, how to create accounts and how to host services, how to manage all these things we need to learn. Now, the last thing here is who can learn cloud computing? This is a big question that you need to understand. Who can learn cloud computing? Now, the answer here is any person can learn cloud computing. There are no prerequisites for this. Any person can learn cloud computing. If I say this, I am maybe correct and maybe I'm incorrect actually. Let me just, elaborate a bit more. See, if someone is a server administrator here who has knowledge of Windows and Linux administration, then it is great for him. If someone is from networking background, that is CCNA, CCNP, all those things, then again, there are many concepts he can understand easily. Or if someone has knowledge of virtualization, again, he can understand many things easily. Now, coming to me, I have experience on Windows Server, Linux servers, networking, that is CCNA, CCNP, and all those things, as well as I have experience on virtualization. So I have experience on all these things in my career. So, I'm in a much better position to maybe learn cloud computing or explain cloud computing or put the concepts of cloud computing in front of you. So I have experience on all these concepts. So what I have done here is, if someone is a fresher, can he learn cloud computing directly? Answer is a big no. He or she should know some concepts. He or she should know some concepts from like operating system, like Windows Server operating system, Linux. What are the differences we have? Okay, what we can do on Windows and Linux, which one is better in this scenario? These are the things we need to learn. Then coming to networking, IP address is the most important part of your networking career. Like, when you talk about a cricket team, I can say Virat Kohli is the most important player there. So we just, think in that way, right? If Virat Kohli is playing well, okay, we have a huge chance of winning the game. Like if you talk about football, Ronaldo is actually the most important player in that particular team. So IP addressing is such a thing actually. IP addressing is a concept that we will see for 3 or maybe like 4 days. So I have huge experience on networking. So it will be very easy for me to address, or it will be very easy for me to present all these concepts. So if someone is a fresher here, it will not be difficult for him to learn cloud computing if he knows these 3 concepts. So I'll explain these 3 concepts, whatever is needed for cloud computing. I'll try to explain everything for you. And like I said, I have experience on all these 3 concepts: virtualization, networking, as well as Windows and Linux server operating system. Okay, so who can learn cloud computing? Any person can learn cloud computing, but if a person is having this knowledge, then it is great for him to understand cloud computing concept. See, from the old physical setup, the server hardware, we went into the virtualization. From virtualization, we are into the cloud computing. So technology is same, friends. I repeat, the technology is same. We are just, upgrading our technology. So when we learn, we will start learning from the server hardware. We will see the virtualization concept. Then only the concepts of cloud computing will be very easy. On day one, we are not learning anything about cloud. We have to come in a sequence. That is the reason the overall course it will take here is, let me just come back to this course. It will take 45 days to complete this course. Okay. And the classes I'm going to start is from 14th April. This is just a demo session or a webinar actually. The demos will start from 14 at morning 8 a.m. Morning 8 a.m. What are the advantages you have here? Each and every class is recorded. Every session is recorded. This session is also recorded till the last session. Every session is recorded, and the recorded sessions will be shared with you. Starting 3-4 recorded sessions will be there on YouTube. Starting 3-4 classes will be there on YouTube, but after like 5th class, every class will be shared directly with you. Let me just show you one example here. These are my existing other classes actually, like say CCNA classes I can go with. Yeah, see here they say folder shared with you. This is a CCNA class. 6th January they shared the folder with me. So see, all these are the sessions that I have taken in my CCNA. Okay, so like this, each and every session will be recorded and each and every session will be shared with you. Okay, that is the one thing. And the second thing here is class time will be like at least like 60 to 70 minutes, not more than 70 minutes anyway, 60 to 70 minutes. And the classes will be there at least 5 classes a week, or we can go with like 6th class also. It depends on the topic. We can go with like 6th class also. So like this, the best advantage here is you have the recorded classes. And the other thing here is trainer will be available. So what is the advantage of online class if there is no trainer? Okay. Okay. So I got a question here, like what topics are covered in this AWS? See, all the details we will get through email. But as of now, I can say these are the 4 major things we are going to cover. Like there is something called VPC. Inside VPC, there are many topics actually. So I'm not right now explaining what we are learning here. VPC, S3, RDS, IAM, and EC2. These are the 5 major topics we have. And VPC may take like, 4 classes, 5 classes. EC2 may take like 5 classes, or VPC may take like actually 7-8 classes. So like this, these are the 5 major services we are going to discuss. And every topic has some major services inside. So right now, I'm not discussing anything about like what we are learning inside. Whatever we are learning, all the details you will get through an email. This course syllabus, the content, everything you will get in an email. But as of now, these are the 5 major topics you're going to learn in our. These are the 5 things you have to learn actually. These are the 5 things anyway. And there was a question like, I just missed this question. How many services we need to get a job? How many services we need to get a job in AWS Cloud? These are the services you need, Prakash. AC2, IAM, RDS, S3, and VPC. If you know these 5 services, then done. Okay. And coming to these certifications and all those things, again, I need the other classes. When I go with introduction to cloud computing, friends, these are the demo classes. I'll be starting from 14th of April. Then I can go in a better way, like what is cloud computing, what certifications we have to do, all these things I can just go on that day. It is very difficult for me to like add everything in one session. It's already 1 hour 20 minutes. But again, what certificate we are preparing for, and what are the things we need to learn, this we will see in our next session, that is on 14th of April. There is also a free session. Actually, you have a couple of free sessions. You can come on that day, and hopefully you'll get much clear idea about the certifications and all those. After 14th, no, I think after 15th, maybe it will be paid. You have like 1 or 2 more sessions where you can come and you can attend the session. After 15th, you have to pay the money. So you have like 2 more sessions for this. Okay, the fee for this is actually 5,000 Indian rupees. There is a question here, like to take the certification architect certificate, solution architect certification. This is the course actually we are learning. Will these 5 topics enough? My friend, these 5 topics are enough, but there is a very easy way to go with this certification. It will take me around 20 minutes to discuss how to go for certification. But again, that also will discuss on 14th of April because the time is not sufficient now. So yeah, I'll show you or I'll guide you like how to go for this certification. Certification is a very major part of our career. Any online certification is very, very important part of our career. So I'll just guide you through everything, how to approach for certificate, which certificate to write, and how to prepare for certificate, and all those things I'll discuss in our next session. Yeah, anyone there? Someone was on mic there.
Duration. Okay. Good morning, sir. Duration.
Yeah, Srinivas.
Duration 45 days. Sir.
Duration 45 days. Yeah, duration is for 45 days.
Without only AWS, you can get the job, sir.
That is the reason I have said this. With only AWS, it is not. See, whenever you approach for a technology, whenever you learn a technology, the technology has some other things to learn. So whatever I have written here, it will see AWS I'll finish actually in 1 month. Why the extra 12 to 13 days? The extra 12 to 13 days are for these 3 topics: IP, operating system, networking, and virtualization. I'm taking 2 weeks for this actually. So once you do this, and then with this, when we go with the AWS concepts, then you are eligible to get a job for AWS. I repeat, if you have the knowledge of operating system, if someone has done the complete administration of Linux, and it is great for him. But at least you should know the basics of Linux, Windows, basics of networking and virtualization. Then it will help you a lot in getting the AWS job.
Okay.
Yeah, Janardhan, I know the certificates are needed. See, I'll just try to put something in a simple way. I hope I'll get an answer from someone. I'll put 4 things. I'll say one is learning. Second one is exam. Third one is interview. And 4th one is job. By the way, we will get the interview questions and answers also. I have already many interview questions and answers available. I'll share all the interview questions and answers with you. But my question to all of you is, out of these 4 things, learning, exam, interview, and job, this is our process. What you think, which one is more difficult? Learning, exam, interview, and job.
As for me, it will be learning. Once you learn, I think you can do everything.
Exactly. Learning is the most difficult. I should not say most difficult part, but learning is obviously the difficult part, right? Remember when we were learning how to ride a bicycle, it was not easy. So you are spending the learning part with me. So I'll just make sure the learning part will be interesting, fun, and easy. That is what I can do for you. Exam is nothing actually. Within 10 days, you can become a solution architect certified person. It is nothing. I'll just tell you, I'll share you all the details about exam in the next session. That is on 14th, but exam is nothing. Interview is also nothing. If someone is asking you a question like 5 plus 5, how much? The answer is 10, obviously, right? Because you know what is 5 plus 5, so you can answer. So if you know what is AWS, if you know what is EC2, what is VPC, it will be easy for you to answer. And coming to job, what we know that we are doing in a job. So job is nothing. Job is a very easy part. So these 3 things are nothing in a way. These 3 things are easy. The main thing here is learning. Yeah, so learning will be hopefully interesting. Learning will be hopefully easy. I got a question here. No, this is just a seminar. Today is just a seminar. Our next class is on 14th. Actually, this 3-4 days I'm not available for some reason. So the next class is on 14th. So there is no
Please
class.
mention the time. Please mention the time. Otherwise, how will log in?
8
Oh,
a.m.
8 p.m. Okay,
Yeah,
what
I
is
have
the
already
log
mentioned the time. So it
in?
is at,
The link. Okay.
okay, you will get a link on your mail ID.
Do you teach Linux separate classes as well for Linux admin?
Yeah, I'll take Linux, CCNA, Windows Server Administration, and
So
AWS.
you please could you please share your contact number or email so that
Brother, I cannot share the contact number or email. Very sorry, my friend. But if you need to talk to me directly, you can just call the DURGASOFT management, and they will just make a call to me, conference call.
Sir, I tried to connect with you for several times via through them, but they did not this thing. They did
Okay.
not entertain. That's why at least could you please give the email ID?
Okay, do one thing, Vinay. Just try to
Uh,
share your number with me in the
okay.
chat box. Just share the
Uh,
direct number, direct
okay.
message. I'll keep that
Fine,
number
sir.
and I'll ask the DURGASOFT management to make a call with you because there
Sir,
is a
sir,
protocol line to follow, right?
Sir, I was searching for you so long.
Thanks, man. Finally, we have met here. So I'll just try to make a conference call with you through the DURGASOFT. There is a protocol I need to follow. I'm very sorry for this. I have to follow the protocol.
Sir, in the near future, when you are starting Linux admin classes, any idea?
See, actually, right now, my next two classes or 3 classes will be only on AWS. So Linux will be like very sure, maybe like April. This is April, right? So hopefully around May, mid-May or at the end of the May, I'll start the Linux. I was taking CCN and other classes, but I have stopped taking the other classes now. I'm only working on AWS and Linux. These are the only technologies I'm taking as of now.
Okay. Thank you.
And I got one more question here. Is this course? See, AWS course is useful for AWS admin course. That is your. This course is useful for you to understand any other technology in cloud. It is something like I should not say basics in a way, but it is necessary for you to learn any other thing.
Sir, actually, I'm a business analyst, so I just want to know whether I can, if I learn this, whether it will be advantage in my job or not.
See, this is a admin course, Pranab. Like, what we do here, we make our infrastructure there, we make our servers, we host. We'll understand how the cloud environment is working and how we can, run services there, how we can start services, how we can, make services there. So this will help you in every way. This will help you in all the other technologies.
Okay, understood. Understood.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And
is there 5 services enough for getting a job or surviving in a job?
Exactly, that is what they need. That is what they need. The 5 services I told. I'm saying these are the 5 services, but once you go inside EC2, there are again many services. These are the 5 major things.
Okay.
Inside this, see, if you're spending around 45 days on a particular technology, 5 topics we cannot learn, right?
Yeah.
There are many more things inside this. Once we start VPC, it will take like around 7-8 classes, 10 classes. Once you go with like EC2, it will take again a lot of time. So there are many things.
Okay.
You will get the complete detailed syllabus very soon in your mail account, hopefully. Okay. And what is the other thing you need for labs or practicals? The only thing you need here is you need a internet connection and an AWS account. So what internet connection is obviously there with you, and how to create this AWS account and what options we need to select. All these things again I'll share with you in coming classes.
Yeah. Sir, any offline or classroom classes starting in the near future at Amirpet? Because I'm in Hyderabad only.
Actually, I'm also in Hyderabad, but offline classes we have not yet decided because things are not completely in control. Hopefully, very soon, whenever our government they just try to ease off the protocol of COVID, like mask and all those things. So hopefully, we are planning to start from next month, maybe from June, whatever. But as of now, still.
Sir, if I join this online course, sir, will I be able to do the classroom classes in this only? This way, or shall I have to separate pay for the other?
No. See, classroom actually online is much better than classroom.
Okay.
For record purpose, I'm saying online is much better than classroom because in online you're getting recorded classes. and you're getting more time to understand actually.
Okay.
Every like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I'll be taking a break for like 30 to 40 seconds so that you can analyze everything. From today, just we need to prepare our mind that, okay, everything is online. Online is difficult for school people, school kids actually, but for us, online should not be a difficult thing.
Yeah, moreover, there is no travel.
Yeah.
So
You can
like
say,
no, like practicing labs and all the this thing. If I get stuck somewhere, then you or the trainer or the instructor will be there, or the lab coordinator will be there to help me out.
okay, but here what you have the online session, you have the recorded class here, right? You can just go to the recorded class and you can see where it is, where you are stuck. That is the one thing. And the second thing here is, if you are still stuck at some point, whenever you come for the next session, I'm available for that, right? Question answer session, I'm available every time. So there will not be any difficulty for you to learn.
Okay.
Okay, I got one more question here, like, will you cover Linux essentials? Yes, I need to cover Linux as well as the Windows basics. That is what I have written here, right? Operating system, that is Windows and Linux, I have to cover. Okay, there is one more question here. What is Citrix? Citrix is actually a very famous company. This one, you know, AWS is working on Citrix. That much I can say as of now, but you know, to understand this more in detail, we have to understand the technology of virtualization. Citrix is a company, like Microsoft is a company, Amazon is a company. They provide some services to you, right? Like if I go with like Nokia is a company that provides mobile phones. If I say Samsung is a company that provides mobile phones, TVs, refrigerators, ACs. They provide many services, right? So Citrix is a company which is very famous for virtualization and cloud computing. It is just a company. Why it is very closely related to cloud? Why it is very closely related to AWS? That is a very important part we need to understand. But again, that we will understand when we go with this concept called EC2. Then we can see why this Citrix is very much important. There is a question like, can we have CCNA and AWS combined batch online? CCNA, very sorry, Krishna. I'm not sure I can go with CCNA. No, I have done till CCI. CCNA is not a big deal anyway, but as of now, I'm into like AWS and Linux administration, my friend. CCNA, I need to plan in case if I get like good number of people, it's not a big deal for me to like arrange a session for CCNA. But as of now, I need to see. I can't say anything about CCNA, but what I can say is I'll be starting this AWS class on 14th April at morning 8 a.m. You will get a link in your mail ID, whatever mail ID you have provided, you will get a link there. And if you want to get the number, actually, I'll just share the number. I'm not sure on which number you're contacting. I'll just share the admin number here. This is a DURGASOFT number 9246 212143. So hopefully she'll be available on this number. And in case for some reason, if the number is coming busy, you can just text on this number on WhatsApp. Okay. CCNA, we'll see. I'm not saying anything about CCNA as of now. Hopefully we'll start a CCNA session. There's a reason, you know what I have done here. I have added some topics from CCNA. When I say networking, public, private, IP address, port numbers, these are the things actually you learn in CCNA. When I say routing is a topic you learn in CCNA for 1 week actually. Okay, so I have added those topics so that you can understand the AWS concepts very well.
Your classes are very good.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vinay. Hope to see you again on 14th. Thanks a lot. And things will be much more deeper, hopefully, from 14th. This is just a webinar, just to like, you know, just to tell you like what is cloud computing. What is there inside cloud computing that we will see from 14th. But as of now, I hope you understood what is cloud computing. Just try to remember this diagram forever in your mind. Server hardware, virtualization, and cloud computing. We will come to server hardware, virtualization, and cloud computing again and again. Okay, these are the 3 points we need to understand. So right now we are into cloud computing as well as virtualization as well as server actually. I'm not saying if anything is outdated, but for last some years, actually 2-3 years or 4 years, every company is trying to move into cloud, because every company, every person likes to save money, right? So cloud computing is offering the company to save money and use the resources on their data center. It was a very big session. Actually, it's already 11:35. I am open for the question answers. There is nothing else I can say from my side for in this session. Whatever things I have to say, I'll come on 14th. But if you have any other questions, any other doubts, hopefully we can discuss all these things.
So what was the number? 92462121?
9246212143.
4-3.
You can.
Okay, fine. That's it, friends. That's it for today. And thanks a lot for sending such a good messages. And hopefully I'll be the same till the end of the session. Hopefully I'll just try to maintain the sessions in this same way till the end of our course. Okay. And very good luck to your careers and very good luck for your, future, whatever you're trying to do. I can say only one thing: AWS is the present, AWS is the future. See, no one is here who is trying to make a career for 2 years or 3 years, right? If you want to make a career for like next 10, 12, 15, 20 years, AWS is the best place from where you can begin. And you can see yourself in this technology for next 12, 15, 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah, Vinay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. How this will be useful for a developers? Like if a developer want to be in this career?
See, developer means, you're developing something in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're developing those things, what is the source for you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it will be the server. Yeah.
Exactly. So you should know where is the server running, right?
Sir, do you take DevOps classes as well?
No. As of now, I'm not into DevOps actually. I'm just into like Linux servers, CCNA, and this one. MCSC is anyway outdated code, so many people are not approaching for MCSC. So these are the only things I have. DevOps is obviously in my hit list. Hopefully, very soon I have to like go for this. Once I crack everything from DevOps, see, learning is one thing, and anyway, teaching is one thing. For teaching, we have to prepare a lot actually, right? So for that, I need some more time. But yeah, if you're a developer also, you should know how the networks are working. You may get the, you may host your own network for practical purpose or whatever. So you should know this. Once you know this, it will be easy for you to like, access the servers and whatever.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, if I pay, sir, like I can have your MCC recorded classes, no? If I connect to DURGASOFT.
Yeah, they will provide you the recorded classes. My last MCC class I finished was in actually, last February. So all the recorded classes are available with them. Okay, so I can see like many of your freshers here, because you're asking about MCAC, CCN, and Linux. You are obviously fresher. So that is the reason I have added this from my side actually. Normally you will not see this in any other course or any other place. I know how the things are working. Without understanding these 3 topics, it's not possible for anyone to understand the cloud. I'm not saying on day 1 we are going with like operating system, day 2 network. No, it's not like this. First, we may go with like IP. It depends on the scenario. If you go with like EC2, I'll go with this virtual operating system concept and virtualization. When we go with a topic like VPC, I'll go with this networking concept and all those things. So it depends on the scenario. I'll cover this. That is the reason this is for 45 days.
CCN is a different class, no? And MC is a different classes. Like
MCS is about Windows Server administration. CCN is about network administration. That is routers, switches, firewalls, and all those.
Okay. This I'll join AWS and I take the old videos of MCS.
Okay, man. And there is one more question here. What is the minimum RAM? See, like I said, can you see here? I have written here, you just need an internet connection and you should have an active AWS account. So how much RAM you need to access internet? 3 GB is enough, 2 GB is enough, 4 GB is also enough, right? You just need a working computer with an internet connection. You can access your AWS account. AWS account will be something like this actually. So you just need to access your account. I'll show you sign in and all these things in our next session, that is on 14th April. 14th April morning 8 a.m. is our next session. Okay, friends. So I hope that's it for today. And like I said, you very good luck for you. Very good luck for your careers, and hope to see you again. So enjoy your day. This is a weekend, so enjoy your day, enjoy your festival, and hope to see you again on 14th.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for bearing me for like 1 hour 40 minutes. Thanks a lot for that. And
So
hope to see you.
please give me, try to give me a call, sir.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have
I just took your number. I just took your number. So
Okay.
I'll ask them to make a call. So hopefully we'll talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.